All right, cool. So check
Okay.
this out. So let's say you have your New York high and you have your New York low. There, and let's say market closed right there. Okay, cool. Now you have your New York high and your New York low. And let's say it's just consolidating throughout Asia. Let's say the Asia session from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. It just consolidated in between, right?
Uh-huh.
Great. You're waiting and waiting and waiting for a few scenarios off of these levels. It will be different every time, but for the most part, when it is inside of these two levels, the Asia low and high, that is what I wait for. So for example, to make it simple, price is clean. Let's say Asia opens, good momentum. You break and retest Asia high, you target the New York high. That's a scenario you could do. Let's say it opens up, price is weak, it breaks under Asia low, break and retest Asia low, you target the New York low.
Okay.
Okay. And like I said, I wish it was that simple every single time, but sometimes there will be fake outs, and this is where you need to get a good read on price action because sometimes people know that's going to happen. And so what do? It breaks Asia high, but it doesn't retest and stay above. If it breaks above, but then closes under, that is a sweep. But these are some of the best opportunities if you could identify them. Because what does this turn into again?
Resistance.
Resistance. And so when you start to see that as resistance and it fails, fakes everyone out, fails to get above, dude, your target's the Asia low.
Okay.
You take it from there to there. And sometimes it'll have momentum where it breaks Asia, where you get in here, it gets to Asia low, and there's serious momentum where it even gets you to the New York low. And now you catch a much bigger move instead of just from here to here. For the most part, from here to here is more than enough, though, you know?
Okay.
It gets to the point though where there's gonna be those scenarios where it could break under there and take you to that New York low. And those are beautiful opportunities.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna show you the other scenario. If the Asia low. Sometimes it'll go, try to break Asia low. If it fakes people out, if it breaks under but doesn't stay under, it's called a reclaim. It's a sweep. When it reclaims back above, what do you think I'm gonna go with target?
Asian ties. Asian
Asia
highs.
highs, correct, Asia highs. And so I could take it straight to the Asia high. And if it gets above that, then seriously it could get to the New York high. And that's a much greater move. But of course, just from here to here is more than enough.
Hmm.
And so you're using those, oh shit, you're using those levels in between Asia. It's like, to take the bounce from here to here, or to take it from here to here. And that's like more than enough a lot of the times. I'll be one and done with that type of trade, but I've gotten multiple payouts because of the Asia highs and lows. And when the price is really trending, bro, sometimes you could even take bounces here and catch that momentum all the way here. And those are, of course, there's certain sessions. Some are slower, some are faster, and it just gains that experience. You got to have that experience as you go on, but you'll see the same thing be very repetitive.
Okay.
As you can see, go back to yesterday's that I can show you everything I just explained to you. Um, Yesterday was Asia low, Asia high. Once you break out, which level broke out first?
The
You
lows.
Yeah, zoom in more so you could really see you want to know where you would possibly even get an entry from. So, um, where do you think you would have probably got an entry from when you broke that Asia low? So you got to really zoom in so that these candles aren't blurry. Okay, what do you think?
Let's say right here. The
Exactly. So
retest.
that is a retest with the beautiful candlestick confirmation of a
Mhm.
shooting star. That is where I would have counted my candle. That's from 62 to 82. I'm risking 20 points.
Mhm.
It's $400 if I buy 10 micros, or $200 if I buy 5 micros. So I'm gonna risk, let's say I risk 200, I bought 5 micros, boom, take it to the next key level. Of course, New York low will be the main target, but bro, you can't get greedy either. If it starts to slow down and you catch 80 points like that, you lock that in.
Mhm.
A lot of times you don't need to catch the whole move. Catch your pieces is 80 points. That's amazing. Later in the session, it reclaims it. Where do you think your entry could have been off the reclaim?
This one right here.
Beautiful morning star, bullish hammer, retesting back above. Now you got higher low, higher low, higher low. Target, Asia highs. Look how it didn't get there exactly. That's fine. You take it up to these highs. You don't get greedy. You lock in your profits and you move your stops up with you.
Hmm.
But that right there is from 94 to 140. But you're catching like over 30 points. That's all you need, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Later in the session, go to the right. Later in the session, you want to have go more right, go more right. See, okay, these are the sweeps I talk about. These are not clean break and retests.
Oh,
It
okay.
breaks, yeah,
So these are sweets, pretty much.
those are sweeps. Look how it breaks above, but the retest is not clean.
Oh,
It just closes right back under. You got to be careful with that because if you try to buy up here, look where you end up. This is a little bit cleaner and much better confirmation. Even something like right here, how it holds and it supports that area. You get back above this lower high and target that high and that high. This actually starts to hold a little
okay.
bit cleaner. So it takes experience, like I said, but that is the Asia session strategy. A lot of the same things you could do with the pre-market highs, the pre-market lows, the previous day lows, and previous day highs in the New York session. But this would be for Asia.
Okay. So, so for the Asia session, does it be in time between New York session and the not New York session, the New York highs and lows?
A lot of the times it will be, but that's a great question because there will be times where sometimes, like zoom out, there will be times sometimes where like a Asia high will open up here. Or if it opens up above the New York high, then at that point, what do you go and target? It just gets a little bit trickier when those scenarios happen, you know?
Mhm.
So I could talk about that. It'll be more advanced, but let me know if you follow along. So let's say during 1 p.m. and 3 p.m., the low is here, and let's say the high was like up here.
Okay.
At that point, you could use the New York session high for like a bounce if it
Okay.
gets there, and you could use that as a bounce, or if it gets back under, then you could target that. I'm still using the levels, but if it's like way above it, sometimes that'll happen too. Then I can't really use this exact strategy as much. Then I'd have to just use other levels I could put names to, you know?
Okay.
For the most part, this happens a lot, bro, where it's in between the high and the low.
Okay.
But there will be times where it's not exactly like that. Just gotta be aware of it, you know?